a bit. Yeah. Anyways, I'm just gonna roll with it. So we'll just start. I will hold the cardstock up and show you everything that you need to see. So I thought we're all isolated and we're feeling safe in our homes. That's the word that we're supposed to use, feeling safe in our homes. That I would jump on today and do a card with you. And I thought I would give you the pieces ahead of time so that you could create with me if you wanted to. I'm going to show you the pieces that you need. Then I'm going to show you the finished card, and then I'm going to show you how I go about doing that. So first of all, thanks for joining me. So on this dreary, gloomy day, I'm excited to share this card with you. This is a card that we actually made last month, this month, March, at our Love It Chop It class. So I kind of want to give you a little bit of what my Love It Chop It class looks like. I just posted my classes for April in hopes that we can have in-person events. And if we can't have in-person events, I'm still going to go with the classes, but I will be doing them online for the people that are participating, and I will be reaching out to those that are involved. And so for right now, we're doing a Love It Chop It class. And this is the card we made last month. So you will need Daffodil Delight, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. You will need an inside layer that is 4 by 5 1/4, which is white. And the reason why I'm using light white is because anytime I do like a different colored cardstock than white, I always give my class peeps inside layer. You will need another yellow that is 4 by 5 1/4. You will need a pair of pizzazz that is 1.5 by 4. You will need a piece of vellum that is 3 by 4. You can either use our regular vellum or you can use the So Very Special vellum, and I will show you that as we get closer. And you will need a piece of pattern paper. I am using the Tropic Oasis paper, and I will be sharing more of that with you once we get into the project. And it is 2.5 by 4. All right, if you have questions as we go, please let me know, and I will try to see them. And if I don't see them pop up, I will definitely answer them after. So let me share with you the card that we are making. So my Love It Chop It class is one of my most popular classes, and it is a great way to learn how to love and chop your paper. We all have pattern paper that we stash, and we will find when we open a pack of paper that there's probably a couple sheets that we love that we can't cut into, and we just won't cut into it. Then we buy more and more and more, and when a catalog retires, we have 8 packs of 1 DSP because we love the paper so much. So with this class, I want to help my customers learn how to love it and chop it and use their products, because we want you guys using your products so that you get the full enjoyment out of your product. And it's paper. You can always reorder more. So the card we're creating today is this one. And the neat thing about this I wanted to showcase was the Tropic Oasis bundle, which I will share with you in a minute. I wanted to share the designer series paper. So the designer series paper that we focused on was the Tropic Oasis. So what I do each month is I pick a pack of cardstock. So I pick a pack of designer series paper, I pick a pack of coordinating cardstock, and then I create 3 cards with it. So we went with the Tropic Oasis. And then this is the So Very Vellum specialty paper. So I'm going to show you the paper and the DSP right now, and then we're going to start working on our class. So first of all, we're going to share with you the Tropic Oasis bundle. So this is the Tropic Oasis bundle. It has the matching stamp set and the coordinating dies. So we will be using this flower and this. It is also a distinct stamp set. And you're probably wondering, well, what do you mean by a distinct stamp set, Anne? A distinct stamp set just means that the images are more deep, so it looks more realistic looking, and that you'll see right there. We are using the Tropic Oasis DSP. So this is just some of the DSP. This is the pattern that we will be using. I absolutely love this pattern and wish that there was about 8 more sheets of it in this pack. As you can see, I have little pieces left. So that pattern, there's that with the cars. There's that one, leaves. So the one side about the Tropical Oasis, the one side has patterns that is coordinating with the Tropical Oasis suite. And then the other one is just everyday patterns that you could use in your project. So that is a Tropical Oasis DSP. And like I said, you learn how to love it and shop it. Another product that I wanted to showcase that is only available for today and tomorrow. This is the So Very Vellum Specialty Designer Series paper. So you get soft sea foam, pool party, and I believe it's purple posy. Yes, purple posy. So we are actually using this soft sea foam today. And you're probably thinking, but Ian, I've never seen that before. Where can I find it? That actually just came out in our third release from Celebration. So here's our Celebration flyer, and it's right here. So you can earn this product with a $60 order between today, which is March 30th, and March 31st, because our Celebration promotion ends tomorrow night at 11:50 p.m. For this year. So if you have not had this paper in your stash and you want to add it, I would suggest ordering online. You could head to my blog, which is www.stampwithann.com. Hit the shop now, and it'll take you to my online store where you can use that to place your order and purchase that. You will get a message that says it is on back order, but they have a stock coming in the first week of April. So just hit continue, and then they'll make sure that your order ships when it does. All right, let's get started creating. I'm excited. Okay, so this is the card we're making. I'm gonna bring it back over here so you can see it. And we're going to get our pieces. First of all, we're gonna do some die cutting. Let's do that first. Then we'll be able to create. So this is a Big Shot machine. We no longer carry our die cutting machine, but we are in the process of working with another company to get us one, and we should have that very soon. Hopefully in the next catalog, which comes out at the beginning of June. I am using one of my favorite dies, which is called the Stitch Shaped. If you follow me and come to my classes or my Facebooks or my blog, you know I love any of the it's a hard word to say, stitched dies. So this is a Stitch Shaped. You get 12 dies, ovals, squares, and circles. And we are using the biggest circle right now. So we're just going to put it on our paper, and we're going to roll it through, and it'll creak and it'll crack and it'll sound like you're breaking, and that's okay because you're not. All right, so just pop it out. So there's your shape. So we'll just put that over to our pile, and we are going to use these dies, which are the Season Layer dies, which have been around for a while. They've been around for, I think, a couple years now. We're going to use this scallop die right here. And we're going to use the piece of cardstock that we had measured as 1.5 by 4. So you're going to put that down. So you want the metal edge down. So we're just going to come up and... I just want to make sure I have the... Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to put this down on our paper. Like that, and run it through. All right, and then we have somewhat of a scallop, and we'll set that off to the side. And we'll put that die on my thing and move it out of my way. And we'll just move this out of the way for now, and then we'll bring it back in a minute. We'll do some die cutting. Okay. So we're going to bring in our white piece of paper. The Tropical Oasis is a rubber mount stamp. So you just need a clear block, and we're using the flower and the green leaf. And I'm going to bring my blocks. A basket here beside me with everything in it. All right. So we're going to stamp our leaves first in Pear Pizzazz. We're going to stamp 2. So remember, this is a distinct ink stamp set, which means when I stamp and come up, it'll look very realistic. So we want 2 of those. Move that off to the side. And we're going to use Memento ink for the flowers. just gonna do 2 of those in black. So I use Memento ink for everyday black. All right, quick tip. I wanted my flowers to look like they were colored in, so I'm going to use a blender pen. A blender pen is like almost like a wet water brush. It's wet on your tip, and it comes in dual. So I tend to use one side till it gets yucky, and then I switch it. And all I'm doing is just lightly pulling the color around. I don't want to do it too hard, because if I do it too hard, I will pull my paper and it'll rip. So you can see the difference on the images is that I have colored it in. I'll do that again over here. Just gives it. Now, when I'm done coloring with this, I'm just going to color off, because I don't want it to have like red and then go to a yellow. That wouldn't make sense. So just color off. We'll put that away. All right, another tip we're going to do is these are our sponge dabbers. They come in a pack. I believe you get 6, and the neat thing about them is they stick right on your finger. We're going to take our Poppy Parade ink and we're going to pick it up. And when you're sponging, you don't want to dab right on, because if you dab, you're going to get marks. What you want to do is start off on the side and slowly come in and bring it in that way. So start off to the side, helps you blend that ink a little bit, and then you can go do it. Now, if you wanted to do it a little bit darker in the middle, you can. And that's how you can sponge flowers with our sponge dabbers. And if you wanted a softer look, instead of necessarily coloring them with like an ink or markers. All right, so we're going to bring our Big Shot back in, our die cutting machine, and we're going to cut these out. So we're using the Tropic dies. So I'm going to use the flower leaf one, and I'm going to use the flower one. And because I've done them on here together, I will be able to cut out 2 at a time. Now you just need to play around till you find the right match with your dies. There you go. Okay, we're gonna run that through. Sorry, I didn't mean to stick my arm in the face. I forget the camera's above me sometimes. All right, let's try this again. I'm learning. These Facebook Lives making me step out of my comfort zone. I'm learning. As we go, each one will get better. That's what I keep telling myself. Each one will get better. If you are on YouTube, head to my YouTube channel, which is Stamp with Anne, and follow me as a subscriber. Then you will know when I post to my blog or went to my YouTube channel. My goal is to do a video once a week. As you can tell, the die moved on me, but that's not going to bother. It's okay for this card because we're going to tuck it in so you won't see it. Let me just move these out of the way. All right, let's start assembling. So first thing we're going to need is our 4x5 1/4 layer and our DSP and our scalloped and our vellum. These are the pieces we're going to use right now. Let me find my adhesive. I am using snail. So what I'm going to do is just put some snail on the bottom of my paper. And what I'm doing is just coming down and creating that little bit of a scallop look down here. Then I'm going to adhere this down. So we're just going to adhere that down with adhesive. I hope you all are doing well through these weeks off. Some I know still have to work. Some have been home. This is my 3rd week of being home because I work with the school board and had the week before this as March break. So we're trying to just keep busy. I've been in my studio a lot, learning new ideas for my business. The girls and I have been doing puzzles. We've been trying new recipes. Yeah, taking walks. So that's been good. So this is a vellum piece I was talking about. So it's the So Very Vellum specialty paper. You can earn for free during celebration, which you only have till tomorrow night to make sure you get that because celebration ends. It's bumpy, it's textured, and then on the other side it's plain. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put a little bit of adhesive in the middle because I kind of want it just to, it'll be covered with my circle. Then we're going to, actually we can adhere this down to our cardstock now. So if you don't have the Tropical Oasis cardstock design, if you did not have the Tropical Oasis Designer Series paper or the stamp set, you could easily switch this out. You could use a different pattern and you could totally use a different stamp set. And I encourage you to do that because I'm giving you a recipe that you could use for later projects. So we have that. We're gonna bring in our stamp set. I need to get my ink. And I wanted it to be a birthday card. When I try to do classes, I try to think of what cards people would need, and typically everyone has a birthday. So we're going to use May Your Birthday Be Memorable. So we're just going to put that on. And stamp in our black ink. Now I kind of came off to the side because I wanted to leave room for my flowers. And we are going to pop this up with dimensionals. You can never have enough dimensionals. Did I get them all? I think so. All right, so we're just gonna bring this back in. We're gonna pop that up. Okay, so now, if I look at my card, I want to add my flowers. So the trick with that is I'm going to lay them down and be like where I want them. Well, that kind of got cut off too a little bit, but maybe we'll do this and tuck there. There, so we're going to do that. And then I'm just going to lay my leaves down so I know where I want them. So I kind of like the way it is. So I'm going to start with my leaves first. And a little tip, if I was to put a dimensional here and a dimensional here, it would be uneven. So what I'm going to do is just be the side that I'm laying down. So I'm going to pick that side up and know that I'm going to mark on this side because obviously when you're doing, oh man, my tape, it's giving me a bit of a moment here. All right, and then I'm going to pick up a dimensional. All right, so we're just going to put that down. And I'm going to do the same, so I know that I want my tape to go on this side. And then I'm going to grab a dimensional and put that there. And I'm going to do the same with my flowers. I'm going to put tape up top. And here's a trick. Oh, not yet. I haven't used them all. Now I'm going to show you. When you run out of a heat, like dimensionals in the middle, don't throw this out. This has valuable pieces on the side. Just cut them. And then you get extra. So let's put that there. And we're going to tape our flower. All right. And then which one did I want to put down first? I think we're going to tuck that one down. And this one over here. I'm just kind of tucking them, making sure, oh, my piece is on the other end. Okay, so there we go. And now I'm going to use the, these are our Happiness Bloom enamel dots. So I know this is not the right matching yellow, but I kind of wanted the yellow center and thought, oh, we'll just add a little bit of pop. So I'm just gonna put that in. I just used one of our old Pica tools, our paper piercers. And, oh, I want to tuck this underneath. Don't want my leaf showing. And there you go. There is our quick and easy card. Now, if you had come to Love It, Chop It, just grab it. If you come to my Love It, Chop It classes, so you would make 2 of these cards. One card would be yours to keep and the other one would be giveaway. And then you would also get the measurements that you could put on the back of a card or in a clear envelope or in a book. That gives you all the dimensionals of what we use so you could recreate that card at home. When we first did our Love It Chop It class, it was so funny because they actually thought they were going to when I asked them to chop their paper, they could not believe I was asking them to do that. It was so funny. But they love it now. It's one of my most popular classes and it does fill out very quickly. So I can tell you that in April, we are using a new paper called Ordinate Garden. And I have been playing with that paper for a few weeks now, and I'm very excited to share that with you in my classes in April. As a customer, you will be able to order it starting on April 1st. So if you're just joining me now, just to recap, we created these 2 cards. I gave you all the measurements you needed at the beginning of the video. I'm going to edit this video and it will be up on my blog later on today so you can rewatch the video and go from there. We forgot to add our inside. So let's do this. Now I don't stamp my insides right away because sometimes I just don't know who I'm going to give it to. So I'd rather wait and stamp them at the end when I'm ready to give it to a person. Let's just put that in there. And I think it went down crooked. Of course it did, because that's just the way things go today. That's okay, it's just paper. You can lift it up. There we go. And let's put it down. So, now I got a piece showing. I will fix that in a minute. Okay, we'll fix that after. All right, so there is our 2 projects today using the Tropical Oasis Designer Series paper. Thank you so much for joining me. As I said, you can head over to my blog, www.stampwithann.com. All the picture will be up, the video will be up, and you'll be able to see the instruction sheet that I gave you guys earlier on. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you commented on my video today, give me some love so I know you're here and that you enjoyed it, and I will be back probably again later on the week with another project. And as I said, I'm excited to add these. So if you're on YouTube, go to my channel, Stamp with Ann, and subscribe so you'll know exactly when I do my videos. If you have any questions, please leave me a message, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and that you find some time to do something that you love. Maybe it's stamping, maybe it's knitting, maybe it's watching TV, maybe it's doing a puzzle, maybe it's just hanging out or reading. Whatever you do, I hope you find joy in that. We have to find the positives in this situation right now that we're going through. So thanks so much for joining me, and I will see everybody later on in the week. Bye, everyone.